APD headquarters with the details tonight. Angela.
Yeah, Austin police say they got a request to locate this woman on Monday, and investigators are looking into all leads, but they're not releasing any details right now. But the family just wants to know what happened. Now, 25-year-old Tierra Strand was last seen at a bar on 6th Street on Sunday, April 16th at 2:30 a.m. Her family made this flyer. Some of her identifying features are green braids, a belly button and nose piercing, and tattoos on both arms. Tierra's mother says she's a hard worker, balancing school, work, and motherhood. And her mother says some girls at the bar started beating her up that night. Afterwards, Tierra stormed off without any of her personal belongings. What happened after that is still a mystery.
It's bad. It's something that you don't ever want to experience, because I have to stay strong to try to find my daughter.
And Tierra's family and friends will be handing out flyers Saturday afternoon in the area where she was last seen to see if anyone recognizes her. Live downtown, Angela Shen, Fox 7 Austin News.
Year-old Tierra Strand disappeared less than a week ago, and this morning authorities say they found her body 70 miles away from Austin. Strand's loved ones say she was last seen on 6th Street downtown on Sunday, but her body was found this morning in a ditch in a rural area just north of Temple.
KVU's Kelsey Sanchez joins us now live in the studio. And Kelsey, Tierra's family just wants to know how this could have happened.
Good evening, Brian, Quita. I talked to Tierra Strand's cousins and her sister a few hours ago, and they are devastated. They say she was a mother of a 6-year-old girl and had plans to join the military. Now they're stuck with little to no answers about how she died, but they told me she was attacked while out at a bar on 6th Street, and that attack was captured on video. But after that, no one heard from her again. Now the family says she had gone out with friends on Saturday, but on Sunday morning when they didn't hear from her, they called Tierra's phone. But her friends answered and said they had her belongings. Tierra's loved ones say it wasn't like her to leave without her things. Now the family did file a report with Austin police the next day, which APD did confirm to KVU. However, her family feels not enough was done.
We reach out to them because we feel like they're supposed to help us and protect us, protect our children, and they pretty much threw their hands up. Oh, she just walked off.
Now her cousins and sisters say Tierra was loving and kind and was actually getting ready to be the maid of honor at her sister's wedding. Now they just want to make sure Tierra gets justice.
We're not going to give up. We're not going to give up for her. We're going to keep fighting for her.
Now, investigators haven't said how Tierra died. The Bell County Sheriff's Department is working with APD as they investigate what led up to her death. But if you know anything, call police. Brian, Quita.
Her spirit is wild and free, a leaf dancing in the wind. To love her is to hold hands and scream with joy on her roller coaster through life. Art is what she feels like. Sometimes it is all colors, and sometimes only black and white. Sometimes cheerful with bright, hopeful eyes. Sometimes sad, but most of the time, she is beautifully herself, and that's what makes her fine. She is splendid, love, and emotion. Tierra Strand was born and raised in Austin, Texas, December 25th, 1997. She was employed with Savita Health and had information to enter the Navy branch. She is the mother of a 6-year-old little girl and had preparing to be an important part of her sister's wedding. This is the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour, and we are here to pay tribute to Miss Tierra Strands.
Hello, everyone over there at Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Thank you for tuning in. Today's show is in tribute of Tierra Strand. We will be having this discussion hour, but in the midst of the discussion hour, we also have the drawing for the Mother's Day gift basket raffle. I'm also here to say that we will do nothing but show total respect for this family. We will not disrespect. If there's any disrespect, I will block. Thank you. Now, as a co-host, the host of the show, Mr. Dwight D. Mann. And our speaker, Mr. Jones. Hello, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Everything's okay. How you doing?
Great. Miss Denise is out ill today, so she will not be joining us today. We have all prayers out to her for quick recovery. And we have to, no matter what, go on with the show, but she is watching on. Hey, Denise. Now, we just had a discussion not too long ago. I guess Dwight, it was about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, where we was discussing Shanquella Robinson, where she had went off with some friends, supposedly, I don't call them friends, to, have a vacation, and it ended not well at all. There's been sporadic updates on that, but nothing really concrete. We really cannot say, all we can say is allegedly, because the family is still fighting for justice on that matter. But I do know there was an altercation because the community is upset for the mere fact that nothing is really moving the way it's supposed to be or the way they wanted to do, and they don't feel like they're doing enough. So they were I think 2 or 3 of them were seen out at a bar, and they ended up getting handled, more or less. I don't know. Did you hear about that or see something on that, Mr. Jones?
Not as of recently. I didn't get to that part of it. No, I ain't seen nothing on it.
Yeah, it's very sad that, it's like you can't trust anybody anymore. Nowadays, you don't know who's a friend and who's real and who's not. You do better just going places by yourself. So, it's very sad. And I know it was King D that brought me the case here when it first was out on Tierra Strand. Our family, and everybody here, our hearts go out to her family and everything. But for ones that's looking on, the young ones or whatever, I'm gonna go to Mr. Jones. When you say in a situation like this, what can you trust as a friendship? Nowadays.
I really say next to nothing nowadays, because I was brought up in a generation where, my granny taught us, you don't have friends, you have associates, you have people that you associate with. And I was one of those people that stuck near and dear to that, because as time went on, she proved to be correct on what she was saying. And with that being said, if it was that way when I was a child, I can only imagine what these children have to go through in order to seek out an association with a person, let alone build trust with them.
True. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Dwight.
I agree with Mr. Jones there. The generation is very different than what it was when we was growing up. As I look at it, if I'm your friend, I'm gonna look after you. I'm gonna make sure you're okay. But yeah, a lot of people that call people friends are not really friends. They're just there when you want to go party or just have a good time. Because if you're truly a friend, you're gonna watch out for your friends. You're gonna make sure that nothing happened to them. It just, just boggled the mind how she had some friends and this happened. I don't know if they got separated or not, but yeah, you definitely got to be careful who you call friend today. And it's not even safe to go out by yourself. It's just, we just live in some wicked, crazy times, and just know who your friends are, because it's just crazy.
Yeah, that's true, because this, I can say, this one, when I heard about this and I got to read more on it and listening to the mom and the sister, because the sister is really speaking out, and the cousin on the situation here, and they just puzzled. I mean, we all can make assumptions, we all can, try to put pieces together, but at the end of the day, the light's gonna come through what really happened. But I took it to heart because this almost similar situation happened with my daughter. And it's just the fact that I despise nowadays the way they do things. It's one thing to fight, but it's another thing when you're doing it to actually harm or take somebody out this world. We're not stating that they had anything to do with her death. We're not stating that at all. But what I am saying is that the fact that, just like my daughter, her so-called, friends that said, "Oh, that's my baby sister," they stood back and they watched. And even on one of them where, I told her, I was at work at the post office when this was going on, and they know what I carry. They know what I'm about. But you knew that I didn't care for you, but you called my phone for my daughter, but you couldn't call when this was happening.
Wow.
You're not her friend. That's not your sister. My daughter is my only daughter, but for y'all to sit here knowing, and I mean, this ain't friendship that just happened within 6 months to a year. These are friendships that's been going on for like 6 to 10 years. And they act like they was down. I mean, even for my daughter to be set up, in this situation, my heart just really goes out to that mother of Tierra, because I was that mother. I just thank God, the ending wasn't like as brutal as this was, but to say that the way they fight now, it's no maturity at all. It's no type of compassion at all. They don't care if you have a child. They don't care what your goals are in life. All they care about is bringing harm to you and think it's funny. But as I explained to the gentleman earlier, there is going to be an update, because like a lot of people that's close to me, they know how I operate. I do a lot of researching, I do a lot of background check. And one of the girls in the video, there are some things that I cannot say right now because they do have an investigation going on. And I don't know if y'all seen to where I did read up that the mother felt like the police department wasn't doing anything. They just felt like at the beginning, like she just left. She's a grown runner that just left. And they didn't think to where, okay, this young lady would have left her phone. She wouldn't have, just walked off, angry like this. I mean, at that point, what do y'all think about that? Because I mean, to be a parent in those shoes, because you got to hear exactly what the mother's saying. She said she had to call her daughter's phone, and then somebody answered. I'm gonna go over to Dwight.
Spicee, just like you said, I'm not gonna say the friends had anything to do with it, but to me, they wasn't really no friends, because like I said, you're gonna watch your friends and make sure that you have their back and make sure they make it home safely. Another thing I agree with you, the police need to do more. They said they had video, and with that video, it should have gave them some kind of idea what happened, what's the real motive to what happened. We all don't know, but they should have some kind of lead. It just don't make no sense that you have people there, you had cameras there, but they don't know what happened. Some here just don't feel right. Don't feel right. And I hope the family do get answers, because they deserve answers. But you just gotta be careful today. I mean, like I said, it's a whole different time, different how we was brought up, and things have changed so many ways. So, but yeah, the police need to do more. They need to.
Yes, I agree. Now, Mr. Jones, being that even though the police department had little to go on, what do you feel at this point about the department there? Do you think they handled things the right way? Do you think they did proper protocol? Or what is your perception on that?
I think based on the rules and regulations that are set up towards missing people, they followed proper protocol and procedure. However, that doesn't make it correct. Proper, yes. Correct, no. Because if a person is missing, it doesn't take 24 hours to say, okay, well, this person is missing or that person is missing. If you say they was here and now they're gone and we don't know where they're at, that constitutes missing, and not, well, we got to wait 24 hours and see if anything come up before we step in. You give a person a day's head start away.
That's true.
I agree. Now, these young ladies that she went on out, because the last, visible from anybody was at the fight. But this was the last picture that was taken the night this is actually the night they went out. And she was invited to go out. Okay, now these are supposed to be her friends. She was invited to go out. So they supposed to have been all together. Now, as a woman myself, when I went out with my girls, we came together, we leave together, we stay together, we keep eyes on each other. And I know with this fight, it started inside the bar. It didn't just start outside, because it wasn't a jumping at first. It was a fight initially on the inside. And my thing is, from what I read upon, one of the girls did post something on Facebook. I would not show that at all, because that's, been an investigation going on. But to me, no matter what she said, how it started or whatever, to try to justify anything, there's no justification at all, because whatever stopped there should have stopped there. If you couldn't handle your L, go home.
Mm-hmm.
But for you to go outside and have your girls and y'all jump her, that's where I got a problem with. What do you feel about that situation, Mr. Jones?
I mean, tiptoeing into it without going overboard, it's just, these are rules of cowards that these people can carry out these days against each other. They're really not rules that are justified when you into conflict with people. I've never ever thought that jumping on someone or just setting people up was the correct way to handle a situation when it's down to a violent standpoint. Why does it have to go to 9 or 10 people beating up on one person? Or why does it take an armed person to defend themselves against an unarmed person? Those are cowards rules to me. And I mean, I hope it's not offensive to say that, but it's the way I feel about it. Cowards run like that, not real men, women, or children that were raised by cowards. I'm sorry. It's just what it is, what it is. That's the way I feel about it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what it is a coward. Because, my thing is that if you got handled inside that bar, that's it. But then for you to feel like you had to get your girls and you just had to get her, that's a coward's move. That shouldn't even happen, because at that point, that made me feel like, okay, now you trying to cause damage because you couldn't handle her by yourself. Now we have Latrice. Hello, Latrice, lovely. She said, for the fact that there has already been mention of a loose serial killer in Austin Police Department shouldn't even have the 24-hour missing rule. Exactly. I agree.
Yeah. I agree too.
But see, just like you said, it doesn't take 24 hours to declare somebody missing. Just by the mere point that we're saying how she left, what incident happened. Just like a person could call and say, I need a patrol by. You should at least been alerted to want to go look for this young lady.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, policemen have protocols, but they should have raised some type of concern for this here. So, my thing is that no, the police department, they did not handle it to me right. It shouldn't take no 24 hours. But it also brings me back to the mere fact that these fake friends, as we said, if we see our boys or our girl getting jumped, we're going to help them out.
That's right.
Or we're going to get help.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the way I was raised, you better pick up a brick or something. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
right.
what bothers me even more is the mere fact that, okay, now these so-called fake friends, they're in possession of her property. Now, mind you, Tierra drove them to this party that she was invited to. She drove them. Okay? So when you say in possession, these fake friends was in possession of not just her phone, her purse, her keys, but her van. Now, just like I could get on Facebook, Messenger, and all that and try to look for this mother, look for the sister, why was nobody at that time when that happened? Neither one of these ladies contact her mother, her sister, or her cousins. Why did it take for them to call Tierra's phone for them to say, we can't find her? What do you feel about that, Mr. Jones? And then I'm going to go over to Dwight.
I mean, if it look like a duck, talk like a duck, quack like a duck, it just might be a duck. I mean, without getting too deep into things with the situation, if you're looking at it from the standpoint of what you're speaking on, speaking in an alleged sense, allegedly, I would first think that the girls had something to do with it. Because as you said, I know who your mother is. I know it's not just I'm your friend, but your family know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
There is no such thing as, like, especially with little girls, that your mom and probably your dad is going to know who you're hanging with, because y'all done been hanging at the house together. You got a kid, chances are one or two of them got kids, so y'all kids play together, things of that nature. So there's no such thing as the family don't know who these girls are.
Mm-hmm.
The families know exactly who these girls are. So if the family know who these girls are, you could have came and knocked on my door 3 o'clock in the morning and told me, hey, something happened to such. I need you. We got our stuff, but we don't know what's going on. Allegedly speaking, I'm not speaking from a standpoint of I'm pointing the finger. I'm just saying, if it didn't happen that way, you went all the way home and kept her stuff. Why?
Mm-hmm. And that was my point. Mr. Dwight?
I agree with Mr. Jones there. It just, like you said, it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, uses it. And I agree with him on that, because to me, it's just crazy. And I mean, when you see a lot of this stuff on social media, when people get into a fight, most of the time what they're doing, they're videotaping it. Usually they'll break up a fight, separate everybody, make sure that person's safe and gone their separate ways. But I mean, what happened to that? The girls, which are supposed to be the friends, they, to me, in my opinion, just alone, they didn't do enough. And I agree, if something did happen to her, why didn't they call them know, hey, hey, is she home? Something happened. We don't know where she's at. It just sounds like something like a setup, just like that other young lady that was Miss Robinson when she was up there in Mexico. So
exactly,
you just gotta be careful who you run with, because a lot of people, they'll smile in your face and then they'll just stab in your back.
And see, it could be jealousy, because my thing is, when I researched behind Tierra, it's the fact that this young lady not only was a mother, she was a good mother. People spoke of how she always had a child with her. Everything was about her daughter. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
then they also spoke of, she went to go talk to a recruiter for the Navy. So a woman that's doing this is thinking about a future for her daughter, providing the best for her daughter. This is not somebody that always want to go out or go run the streets. This is somebody that actually has something in plan. But we also have a comment here that's actually from the aunt of Tierra. I'm Tierra's aunt. After the fight, they then went to other clubs where there were more fights. Like Spice said, it was Tierra's car. If she was too intoxicated, why would you keep taking her to clubs, gatherings with her belongings? Wow.
Yeah. I agree.
I agree with that totally. Like, no. If my friend is too messed up, no, girl, let's call it a night. Let's go home. Why did they do that? So was you just thinking about yourself because she had the vehicle, or you just, I don't know, it's too much to sound too fishy. And my thing is, it's just like Kimberly said here, how could you let your friends get jumped, let alone walk off, and no one goes after her and make her get in the car? See, that's me. That's me. That's my point exactly. Why did y'all allow her just to storm off like that? Because like I said, I'm not going to stand there and let my girl get jumped by some other girls. We both going to have trophies here. We both going to go into this together if we're real friends. But like the aunt said, they knew she was intoxicated. And you still pursued. So somebody else took possession of her car, drove to other bars. Let's see, this doesn't look good at all. And by you getting on Facebook trying to do a justification doesn't put no blindfolders over nobody's eyes. Because if you look at the video, the one in orange, she was standing to the side watching.
Wow.
And then when Tierra was getting up, she walks up to her. It was somebody else way down here. That girl was over here. Somebody else reached in and pulled Tierra. Why wasn't it y'all? Y'all invited her out. Y'all took her out. Well, she took y'all out. So in other words, the way I see it, you used her for a car.
Exactly.
Part A.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, I see what all Tierra got going on, but I ain't seeing too much with these other girls that I'm researching. But like I said, when investigation and all is done and said, we are having an update because I got a lot to say.
Spicee, let me ask you something. Did they say how long they was friends? How many years these girls been friends?
I couldn't say. It didn't say how long. I know she had another best friend that she actually kind of grew up with.
Right.
But these girls here was not her at all.
Wow.
So my thing is that, maybe she knew them a short amount of time, but my thing is, at the end of the day, if you going to invite somebody out, you're going to be together.
I can't even call them friends, Spicee, to be honest with you.
That's what I say, fake friends.
They fake. Yeah, I can't even call them that.
I agree.
We have the aunt here. She said, yes, the one in the orange, I believe, was a battle. Tierra took her for. Oh, see, okay. So Tierra takes up for her, but she couldn't have Tierra's back that day. Now you tell me how fake that is.
That's straight up fake.
Wow. That's. I mean, you gotta call a spade a spade. That they never were friends.
They wasn't. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna finish this up. We're gonna go to a short commercial break, and this here is in memory of Tierra Strand. Now, before we go on with the discussion, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and have the first drawing for the Mother's Day gift basket raffle. But before we do, we have Miss LaFemme Nikita that's in tribute of Mother's Day. Watch this.
I am her, the her that is the mother, the her that saves all mankind when the trials and tribulations of life occur. I am her, bringing the treasures of Africa from the motherland, the her that holds up the man when the tragedies of life buckles his stand. I am her, carrying my babies in my arms, shielding them from fire with the ringing of the alarm. I am her that walked with no fear during the Katrina storm, to save my babies from drowning in the midst of the storm. I am her that walked in the fields of white cotton, the her that sang hymnals for the souls of the forgotten. I am her that chose to escape the Holocaust, fleeing to the forest of eastern Poland, fighting for the memory of the other Jewish women lost. I am her that gave birth at the age of 16, the her that they said wouldn't amount to anything.
When you're looking at me, it's a reflection of her. How can you judge when you don't know her? No one could take the place of her.
That walked the stage holding me, the her that moved on to earn a Texas Southern degree, the her that didn't eat so that my brother and I could, the her that was raped and left in a trash bag of a nearby neighborhood, my mother, who chose to pray away pain to recover, my beautiful black hero that embraces me when I feel hurt and lonely. I am her that lives in a house of no defeat, the her that isn't afraid to speak, the her that will encourage when she doesn't have courage, to keep on fighting with her feminine power, the her that prays silently in the last hour. I am her.
All right. Now we're going to do our first call. Let me put my other eyes on because you know I can't see. And we're going to pull for our first lucky mother. Let's see who's going to get this call. Now, remember, we only going to call twice. If you do not answer, then we will have to pull another name. The number should be starting with 512. Okay. We got somebody here. Okay, let's call our first person. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, this is Spicee Gray from the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. Is this Rita?
Yes, this is she.
Hi, Rita. We are here to congratulate you on your Mother's Day gift basket. You are the first winner.
Really?
So congratulations.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Oh, that is so sweet. I don't win nothing. I'm surprised.
Well, you've been blessed. You have a beautiful Mother's Day.
I really have.
Yes. I will be contacting you after the show. If not after the show, it'll be tomorrow to get an address in order to send it up to you.
All righty. I appreciate it. And thanks so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Our first winner is Miss Rita Thomas.
Happiness.
Yes. You can tell the joy in her. Yes. So, yes. This is a time, and it's very hard because, also, with her, because now it's not just Tierra's family that has a big loss, but the bigger loss is a 6-year-old daughter that she's leaving behind. Beautiful little girl. She was doing all this for her daughter to bring her a better life, a great life, and it's really sad that, she was taken from her like this, but I know that she has a great support system, and I know the family would never let her forget her mother. So also, if the aunt is on here, if you would contact me on my DM, or either you could contact me at this number here. Let me find the number. Contact me at this number here. We want to, on behalf of the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour, we want to send little Nevaeh a gift package from us in honor of her mother. So, it's sad. It's sad, the way this had happened. And, it's unfortunate, and I pray, I really pray that the light will come through on who is truly responsible for this.
Yes. I hope so.
And just to hear the aunt say that, how Tierra defended this young lady. But at this time, this young lady, as I seen on the video, was on the sidelines. As me and one of my other cast members, we carefully looked at this video over and over and over, just looking around, because our first thing was, where was her friends? That was our first thing. Well, we have Vicky Mari. Sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. She said, when we went out, we didn't witness that Tierra. We had a ball. My sis was her true friend. Nat, not them. And sadly, the turnout would have been different if my sister was there. Yeah, I heard that from the other source as well, that if they was there, they said that wouldn't have went down like that. And, it's sad that the people that she was around, because I feel like this, it don't add up to me. It really, really don't.
No, it doesn't add up. It really don't.
So for you to be in possession of her belongings, but not her. For you to stand by and watch this young lady have these devil's advocates, because that's what I'm gonna call them. Because one of them, there is some word on that one, on one of them. Like I said, the update is coming. But my thing is that, we can say all day, you got to be careful who you go out with. That's just like, I've said before in a relationship, you truly don't know a person, no matter how long you've been around them or how long you've been with them.
That's true. That's true.
And I hate to put it this way, sometimes it's best to just stay to yourself. But my question is one, these girls are the first persons that was in the surrounding with Tierra. My question still stands. Why you didn't reach out to this family when she even was getting jumped, when she walked off, whatever you say happened? Why wasn't the mother contacted? Why did it take the mother to call her daughter's phone to find out that her daughter's missing? The night of the 16th. Why? There's no justification. I mean, me personally, I don't want to hear all the other stuff they putting on Facebook because believe it or not, the one in the orange, she had posted a lot at first, a lot of pictures at first with it while they was out partying. But all of a sudden you took them down. Why? If you have nothing to hide, why are you taking pictures down? What is your feeling on that, Mr. Jones? And then I'm gonna go to Dwight.
Sum it up real quickly. The guilty usually tell on themselves. You don't have to go around questioning. You just got to do is pay good enough attention and see what's going on, because most people can't hide their hands after they throw the rock.
Exactly. And Mr. Dwight?
I'm with my brother, Mr. Jones, on this. It just like I said, I don't even call them friends. People keep saying she went out with her friends. I think these people, we don't know how long she's been knowing these girls, but they were never her friend. Let's just be real. These was not her friends. Not trying to say they had anything to do with anything, but any person with common sense would say, let me call her mom. And these girls didn't do it. The mom had to call to look for her daughter. And these so-called friends, they even bought a call and they had the stuff and just saying anything out the blue and everything and just standing there watching. So I'm sorry, I can't even call those girls friends. I'm sorry. They wasn't her friends.
I call them the devil's advocate. That's what I call them.
I can't even call them. So
it's too many red flags to me because one, I'm not gonna say the number one thing, but number two, the mere fact that y'all invited her out.
Well, like you said, Spicee, they needed a ride. They couldn't go out unless
they had a ride.
Unless they had a ride. So,
but you stand back and see, it makes me wonder, okay, by you standing back like that, what all did you know about this before it actually happened? Because my thing is that Tierra was looking to just go out and have a good time. If she knew that these girls was like this, I don't think she would ever go out like that. And I mean, them themselves cannot tell me anything about Tierra, because the people that I spoke with, all I'm hearing, she always smiled. She's a sweet person. She never bothered anybody. And when I get words like that, that makes me wonder. And it puts up another flag of jealousy.
Exactly.
And that's what it does with me. That's just me, in my opinion. When I'm not hearing no bad things about Tierra. I'm hearing she always had a child with her. When you see her, she always had a baby. She was about being a mother. She was about reaching her goals. She was the type of person that had your back. It's not like what I'm hearing of the other ones. And it's sad. Wow. And y'all see the number going by. Y'all more than welcome to call in on this number here. But, my heart just deeply goes out to the family. And I appreciate the aunt coming on as well. She's also an important key when it comes down to Tierra's life. our condolences. They just laid her to rest. That's why we canceled last week's show. We wanted to show respect. But for these women to go on with their life, because I watched them. To know that I couldn't feel at ease knowing that I jumped somebody. They came up deceased, but I could go out and celebrate my birthday and be laughing and smiling and joking on the video. That's just me. I have a conscience. What do you think about that, Dwight? Then we'll go to Mr. Jones.
I guess they don't have a conscience. For you to just to take someone's life, what did somebody do so bad for you to jump them and just unalive? It just don't make no sense to me. And as these people that I don't call friends just stand there and just do nothing. It's sad. This young lady had a whole life ahead of her. She's young, died at such a young age, and it just hit me hard. Like that could have been my daughter, or something like that. Somebody, my niece, like that. And just to hear this is just sad. And I truly hope they find the real reason what happened and everything. But it's just sad, it's sad all around. So, and this little girl had to grow up without a mom. It's just sad.
Yes, it is.
So.
It's odd, like Brother Dwight said, because I have a daughter that's 24, getting ready to be 25, so this kind of hits close to home as well, and I'm constantly on my child, because you have to understand that just because what we call our children become a certain age means that your parenting days are now up and you get to just sit back and kick it and relax in the sunshine. Parenting goes on a long time after that, and it's the feelings that I have for my children that lets me understand that today, whereas when I was a child, I didn't understand this. So, I'm not saying that to say that our mother did anything wrong or anything like that, but it's always great to be informative to your children and get as much information out of your children about where they going, who they going with, is everything secure, how's this, how's that, these people, you gonna be good, you need anybody to come with you. I don't know. I'm just that type of parent that because I've been through so much, that in going through so much, I know how wild it gets out here in these streets, and I know how people will come and smile and knock at your door just to get you outside. And once they got you outside, it's a different story.
Exactly. And that's the sad thing. That is the sad thing. And to say, are they the fault? There's a difference between being a fault and a cause. I do blame them. That's just my honest opinion and the way I feel, because I felt that if you wasn't involved, hold on just a minute. The Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour.
Hi, Spicee, it's me.
Hi, Teresa. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, you have something for us?
Yes, I do. Let me turn this down. Well, my opinion, on the young girl's character, because she worked at the job where I work.
Okay.
And she was a hard worker. She loved her daughter. She took her daughter wherever she went. She was a happy person. Very happy person. She, as far as I know, when she worked here, I didn't know her personally, but no one at the job had said anything or done anything or had anything negative to say about her at all.
Wow. Now, being that, I know you, Dwight, Keisha, and King D, y'all are down there residing in the Austin area.
Mm-hmm.
for something like this to hit Austin in this way, how does it make you feel?
It's shocking. It's hitting close. It's to be so personal. Sorry about that. It's very shocking. It's hitting really close to home and stuff like that. And to be so close because she's a co-worker.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's shocking to the whole company that this happened.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has to be a shock, especially if you're used to seeing somebody every day or a certain amount of hours, and then now to hear something as tragic as this to happen.
Yeah, she had a routine, and that was so quick for her family to engage in the situation because it was unlike her to just not show up, especially for her child. And, her child was everything to her.
Yes. That's the same thing I've heard. Okay, I thank you for calling in, and you get some rest.
I am.
Okay.
I just have to kick in real quick, even though I'm not feeling too hot, but I said I'm going to speak and say something.
Yeah. Mr. Jones is waving at you.
Hi, Mr. Jones. Hi, Dwight.
Okay, well, you have a good one, and happy Mother's Day.
You too as well. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. See, that this is what I don't get. I could see, no, I can't see it done to anyone. Mm-hmm. But the fact that this young lady is throwing flags of jealousy.
Yeah.
Because all you're hearing is that she never bothered anybody. Now, Latrice Lovely says, I think they, speaking of the devil advocates, know A to Z, but is maybe scared to say because they will be in danger. But again, that questions their friend terms. I agree. Mm-hmm. They could be scared, but at the same time, why you still didn't help her during the fight?
Exactly.
That's the biggest part.
Exactly.
Even when she came to the one in the braids, which is the one in the orange right here, walked up to her when she was getting up. Why didn't you say at that time, Tierra, come on, let's go?
Exactly.
Just to make sure that this mother ended up back home and with her daughter in her arms. To make sure she was safe if you cared about life itself, because this is still a human being. This is what bothers me. What do you really value of life itself for you to just let her go off like that? And nobody's dumbfounded. We see what's going on in the world today. And this is what I speak of a lot. There's a lot of things that's going on in this day. Why wouldn't you go look for her or grab her and pull her with you, knowing how the world is today? It doesn't add up. So I'm going to say this. Mr. Jones, you have children. What would you say to them after seeing this here?
This is a perfect example of why I always tell you you don't have no friends. And the perfect example of why I'm always told, well, I was always told, excuse me, as a child that I don't have any friends. I mean, it to me, well, I ain't going to get into that. But to me, it seems like it's just another cold case example of why it's best to just associate, do what you got to do business-wise, and spend your time with your family, the family that keeps you, and not worry about what's going on out here in this outside world that's none of your business, such as parties and clubs and things of that nature. Yeah, everybody likes to have a good time, but at what cost? What cost is the good time worth?
I agree.
Exactly. And you, Dwight?
Well, You know, I have 3 children. My oldest son, you know, he lived in Abilene. He's about 30, and the twins. The twins, I guess I'm blessed. They don't believe in going out doing none of that. Especially my daughter. They think me and my daughter's a couple because where I go, she's there. So my daughter, you know, I am her friend. She doesn't have any. I talk to anybody uh, besides her family. And I agree, with Mr. Jones. The way times are now, family is all you got, and these so-called friends, you can't really depend on them. Different time we live in, it's just different. I mean, when I was young, I had good friends that watched my back as well as I watched their back, but these was true friends. And this time and generation, I mean, you just hear too much of this, you know. And I'm just glad my kids, you know, like to spend time with their old man here, watching movies, playing video games, because they don't go out there and do this type of thing. But I agree, Mr. Jones. You need to stay close to your families. You know, it's too dangerous out here today. So
Exactly. And that's why, I try to explain to my daughter as well. When I see certain things, I try to talk to her. But I told her, you're never too old to at least let somebody know where you at. I was 40 something, and at the post office, we used to always go out afterwards. And I would text my mother at 40 something years old. And I would tell her, Mom, I'm still in my uniform. I'm going out with some postal workers. They still in their uniform. We're going here. And we switched up. I texted and said, okay, we're finna head over to this place here, and this is where it's at. So that if anything did happen, but it also lets you know I had a problem with trust when it came down to people as well. But my thing is that you have those people that put facades on. And they could carry that facade for so many years to where they got you in a comfort zone.
Yeah.
Okay, hold up just a minute. I'm gonna call her. Tierra's aunt wants to speak on behalf of her niece. So I'm gonna go ahead and give her a call.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing? This is Spicee Gray.
How you doing? Doing good.
Good. You want to share something about Tierra?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This has been a tragedy for all of our family. Tierra resides out in Austin. I stay out in Dallas. I'm more closer to her age. So, her mother and my brother, which is her dad, brought Tierra, down with me for a while. So, I can say that I was one of the ones who even helped her be the young lady that she is today. Tierra has actually been through a lot for her age. She's seen a lot. She's been through a lot, meaning she's already had an experience of, what to do if I'm missing certain common sense stuff. So, even when the little post went up that she's missing, I didn't believe it. Ain't no way. It's like certain stuff that she used to do. She's dominant. Ain't no way with her being in her right mind, she's going to stand 10 toes down on what she believes and what she wants to do. So ain't no way, I'm just going to go missing. And she's smart. I'm talking about smart. Shocked, some of the stuff she shocked me. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, from what I read up on behind her, you could tell she's a very intelligent woman. Very intelligent.
Yeah, it's just like even when she was younger, I had her in her teenage days. So like even when she was younger, she called herself, kind of getting mad at me walking to the store. But I knew, I was like, okay, well, she ain't got no money. I'm talking about she came back with about $60. I said, where you get that from? So when I say she's smart, she's smart. So it's just certain stuff that like I don't believe. Even from the friends. There's no way that, she would have been so loose to even just let them drive her car, any of that. Taking her card, pulling money off of the ATM, all of that. All of it is red flag.
Wait a minute, hold up.
Wow.
They was taking money off of her card?
Wow.
Yes, it was said that she asked them to do it because she was too intoxicated. That was what the the lady in the orange dress said.
I don't believe that.
That they asked. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It's just, first of all, as a lady, we don't even go to the clubs with cash.
Mm-mm.
Put on my card, whatever's not there, we're disputed. That's supposed to be there. We dispute it. We don't even go. What are you getting cash off of a card for?
Right.
So it's just certain stuff. But of course, they had to make an alibi though, because of what they know.
Because if you take your card, you swipe it. Why would she have to take money out when everywhere you go, all you gotta do is swipe your card?
Right. And why would I give that card to someone else to go in the store and do it for me?
Do you know how long she known these girls?
I don't know for sure how long. I don't know for sure how long. It don't seem as long. Like I've never heard of them. I've never heard of them.
Okay. Now, also, we did read up on that she had went to talk to a recruiter about going into the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
What was her perspective when it came down to pushing to it? Because I know from my understanding, she's supposed to be getting ready to graduate.
Right. Graduation, actually moving into her own, apartment and stuff like that. Everything right now, everything was a big transition for her life. Everything was a big transition. You know how kind of like how you plant seeds?
Yes.
And then you put them to sprout? That's where she was right there in her life. And, that's why it's sad, because she didn't even get to experience that.
Right.
She planted the seeds for it and didn't even get to, experience that.
Right. So when you heard that it took the mother to call her phone to find out that her child was missing, but the so-called fake friends was in possession of her property, what went through your mind at that time?
That they definitely was behind it. Like honestly, to be honest with you, even the fight on 7th Street, I don't think the people that jumped in. I don't think that they had really anything to do with it. I think they were just at the wrong place, wrong time. Like I said, Tierra's very dominant. That battle, they were coming after the girl in the orange dress. Tierra stood up for her. Like, you're not going to keep talking to my friend like that. You know what I mean? And that's where Tierra went in for them. She took up for her friend.
So hearing this, now this raises more questions, because my thing is that if this fight was intended for the one in the orange dress and Tierra stepped up to have her back, why wasn't that girl in the orange dress in there fighting her own battle while her friend was taking up for her?
Right.
That's questions. Question mark. It don't even. She wasn't even the one who even followed Tierra. I think it was the other girl who actually even followed Tierra to kind of get her, But like I said, it was said that they were also at a different club after that.
After the jumping?
Yeah, it's like a main event place out in Austin called Pink Stacks or something like that. Pink Stacks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even open, but it's where all of the little teenagers go hang out outside, kind of like a block party. And that's why I say I really feel like the friends know more.
They do.
And they know A through Z, and they're probably just scared to say everything because of their danger of their life. And that I can't say much because of investigations, but that we do have receipts.
I went to the post. I did go to the post of the one in the orange, and one of the girls that was seen on the video, that kicked her. And I mean, I'm praying to God that everything is brought to justice, because to see the type of women that these are is very sad, and I just don't see anything but jealousy when I look at Tierra and I'm hearing the words behind Tierra, because all I'm hearing from the people that were friends with her or people that's worked with her was that this was a very kind-hearted person. She was very protective. She always smiled.
Very. I know the girl in the orange dress, I know she had, I think, reached out to the bounty there that works at the club. And, you know, she stated that someone tried to shoot Key in front of her kids. And then on top, they're looking for me. That states that if somebody's looking for you, that means you know more.
Yeah.
She stated that they had a badge on her head. And the police are out to get her. You know, so that lets me know that you know more.
Exactly.
And
it's too many empty spaces there for her not to know what's going on.
Right. And that's why she took everything down.
Okay. So was she questioned why she never contacted police or the family when this went down?
You know, the state, I don't really understand why she didn't. It sounds like, you know, it sounds like what she said was basically they were trying to find her for a while before, you know, but like I said, none of that makes sense.
It doesn't make sense because according to the video, when I looked at the video, but then you say that they went to other clubs afterwards, because after the video, I seen her walk up to Tierra because she was on the side and she walked up to Tierra. So now that you're saying they went to other clubs afterwards, it really raises suspicion, because if Tierra was that intoxicated, why would you take her to other clubs? But then you're hearing that she had use of her personal and private card.
Right, in her vehicle.
In her vehicle. Okay, now, is the vehicle at all a part of the investigation?
Yes, it is.
Great. Well,
so how much of it is in the investigation, because it was moved from the downtown area. You know, quite naturally, if you see on the news, it was so to say that she went missing from 6th Street, right?
Yeah, that's the way they put it as. After the fight, she came up missing, like she just walked off.
Right. Either the car should have stayed there, but no, the car was actually moved from downtown area. That's not where she went missing from.
Well, our hearts truly and deeply go out to you and the family. It hurts, you know, because like I explained earlier, you know, my daughter's 23 now, but well, I'm sorry, she's 24. But when she was 21, she was jumped as well. And as a mother, I'm like, these girls knew me, so they knew what I would have did. But I'm like, okay, you could have called me. I'm right down the street from when this happened. But it looked like a setup to me. Because, like, why would you just stand there and watch these girls do this to my daughter? Because when I got my daughter, I couldn't even recognize her. So this here, to me, it really touched me. Because, I mean, there's times I had to catch myself because I got so angry. Because I'm like, it doesn't make sense. You invited these girls out. You invited Tierra out. And if you was truly friends, why was there any departure at all? We look out for each other. We make sure we're still in the same perimeter. Even if one going to dance floor, we still got eyes on them. You stand back and watch her get harmed, and you done nothing. You just stand there and watch. I could never stand there and watch my friend get done like that.
And I'm with you on that. I think the last time I've been to 6th Street, it was a guy who was, you know, beating up on another guy, but you could tell the other guy was just intoxicated. Me, myself, and I, you know, I got out the car and was like, "Hey, stop!" You know what I mean? I don't know none of these people. It don't look like him. So stop. He's intoxicated. Leave him alone.
Right, because that's where people find. And see, that was the same way as my daughter. And this is what trips me up, because my daughter was not in the right mind as well, because she was given something. because the same situation the day before the girl got into her and the girl got in a fight. The girl said, well, it felt like I was being jumped. No, it was just her hands on you. That's it. There was other adults step back, make sure there was no jump. But then you call these other girls to jump my daughter. Like it does, this is not maturity, but this is cold-hearted. And my thing is that it's gone too far. And it shouldn't even went there.
I've had actually a couple of calls. That's another thing too. A couple of calls with that whole thing of people putting stuff in people's drinks. I've actually had a friend that went to that same club, and she was saying, she was saying she was actually there that night. She actually said she didn't even recognize Tierra, but she said that last time she was there, that she had got something slipped in her drink as well. She said she didn't even make it to the front door, foaming at the mouth. She said it was just so happened that her girlfriend came and was able to save her. But it sounds like that putting stuff in their drinks right now downtown is very known right now.
Oh, wow.
So with that being said, like I said, with
that bar need to be closed down. That bar need to be closed down.
Right. And with everything that's going on in Austin right now, just like how they did COVID, I really feel like Austin should all shut down right now. It's too many missing bodies, within so many months.
That's sad. That's sad. And it's what also is sad is that I was looking at something the other night, and they were stating that it said San Antonio was number 2, but then Houston was number 1 when it came down to the crime rates of the worst cities that you're not safe in. But nothing has been mentioned of Austin. And I mean, to me, it was kind of shocking because I'm like, okay, we hear San Antonio, we hear Houston, we hear Dallas. This is the first time on something like this that I've heard. I don't know if Dwight can say the same because he's actually down there.
We got some stuff going down here that's crazy. Yeah. They got some stuff down here that's crazy.
So it's
good to know.
Yeah. So it's like, you're not safe no matter what. But I would seek into having that bar shut down if that's the case. But I know it's going to take a lot of signatures and people to come forward to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's known stuff that happens all the time. But for it to be happening so much in just a little time, that's what worries me.
That should raise a red flag as well. But it seems like the police department is not doing too much with that either.
Yeah, but that's because it's the summer. They'll lose all their money going into Austin right now.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah, they're gonna keep cutting that up right now, at least until the summer's over.
Right. So to me, it seemed like it's something that's kind of being hush that's outside, for the outside of Austin. So no, but I appreciate you calling in and sharing this with us. We will continue to be praying for you. If it's okay, I would like to contact you after the show. If you have information where we can, because we want to get a package together for her daughter, which my understanding, her daughter is 6 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
We would love to send her a package on behalf of all of us here to Austin for her child. So after the show, I will contact you and make arrangements to see about getting that over to her.
Okay, and thank you so much, and thank you guys for everything that y'all even doing. It means a lot to us.
Thank you, and I appreciate it. Our prayers and hearts go out to y'all.
Yes, ma'am. You guys enjoy.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot to swallow. And it opens new windows as well. Because, that's why I say I don't like going by social media. And I refuse to go by social media because it's like, it made me so upset yesterday because one of the ones that's on TikTok that does stories on certain cases like this, you got your information all wrong. Like, why are you doing that? Did you do any research? Be careful what you do and put out there because it can throw things off. But what we're going to do, we're going to take a break and I'm going to come back and get y'all feeling about the phone call from the auntie of Tierra.
in loving memory of Tierra Strand.
You clapping your hands.
Just get the wrong idea.
Okay, it's now that time again. And we want to thank Tierra's auntie for calling in and enlightening us on that there is nothing like having the truth stand out and who she really was. So let's see who the next person is for the lucky basket. Make sure I got it shook up really good. Okay, let's see here. Who do we have? Trying to open it up. Well, that must have been in there twice. That was Rita Thomas again.
Oh, man.
She's getting a huge blessing, huh? But we only could enter once, so I had to pull another name. Okay, here we go. I hope I pronounced the name right.
Pick up the phone.
Please leave your.
Okay, we'll try one more time, and then we have to pull another name.
Come on, Mom, get the phone. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that happened during, what was it, Christmas raffle? Dwight, where the guy, he missed out on the TV. We gave away a 55-inch screen TV, and he missed out.
I would have thought crying would have been me.
Okay, now we got to pull another name, so we'll pull another name. Let's see here.
Trouble.
Yes. They got this sealed real good. Try not to tend to where I can't understand the number or the name. Okay.
Hope they answer.
Let's see if this one will answer.
Pick up the phone.
Hi, you know, this is Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. This Maria May.
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing?
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
Good. I'm calling to let you know that you are the first place winner of our Mother's Day gift basket.
Really?
Yes, really.
Oh, thank you so much.
And we're actually showing it now so everybody see what she's going to be receiving. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yes, ma'am. I thought it was a big old basket.
So yes, you are the winner. Happy Mother's Day, and I'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you so much.
You
It's such a surprise. I'm surprised. I didn't even know.
You forgot you put the purple heart up and sent me your number?
I did. I always do it to support. I don't even really do it to, to receive something. So yeah, so I'm surprised. I'm like, really? Wait.
Yeah, you got it.
Yes, you got it. So we'll be speaking to you soon, and you have a happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to you too. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Bye-bye.
Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Yes, such joy. That was Maria Mays. She actually received the first, because the first one that we showed was actually the second place. That one was the first one. So the first one was the biggest basket. And it'll be the same. And the post will go up on Monday for the Father's Day. We can't forget Daddy now. You know that. So get your purple hearts in and the numbers in over. Get your name in for the raffle. So I appreciate everyone that participated in. It's been a great joy.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm gonna go over to Dwight first. After hearing the aunt of Tierra, like she said, she did help a portion in her life raising her, and she knew her well. What was going through your mind, and what was you feeling hearing what she was saying?
My sponsor, she gave out a lot of good information. I mean, you get the best information from the family. And like I said, those two young ladies were never this young lady's friend. I mean, who does that? That's like if me and you went to the club and you was drunk. Do I take some money out no, I'm not doing that. You don't need nothing else. I might have some dollars, I'll do that. But for them to take money off the card and do other things, that's even make me even more red flags. And like Mr. Jones said, walk like a duck, quack like a duck, uses a duck. So
Exactly. And Mr. Jones?
She sealed the deal for me. I mean, with the ATM, because most people, ignorance and foolishness let them do things like that in times of stupidity. When there's something stupid going on, there's always a stupid thing done that leaves behind the key piece of evidence. That's it. That's it right there. The ATM withdrawal, yeah, cooked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that got me too. That threw me. That's why I was like, wait a minute, hold up. You know,
That was the only question I really had because I really wanted to know that. Did anybody, since they was in possession of her things, did anybody use any of her credit cards or bank cards or debit cards? And because that was the seal of the deal for me. I was waiting for that to come out, and I wasn't going to ask that over here because, of course, they got a investigation. But I wanted to know that, like, did. And soon as she said, like, yep, it was said that they are,
and see,
done.
my thing is that makes me feel like, well, no, it's like this. That's why you didn't call the mama. Because y'all was doing some scandalous things.
Yeah.
Knowing that this girl was fully intoxicated. Because see, me, I mean, honestly, when I go out, I don't never pay for a drink anyway. If I do, I probably pay for one, and the rest of them I don't. That's when I used to go out. You know, that's why I really didn't take money. But nowadays, we really don't carry cash. We have Cash App. We have our own bank card. We don't really carry cash. And I stopped carrying cash because I'm like, okay, dealing with kids and being stressed out, I lost $100. I'm like, no more. You know, if I lose a car, I know I can just hurry up and lock that, you know. But no, you know, it just it's too many red flags for you to get up on that post and try to justify anything. And that's the one in the orange. I haven't really seen too much on the other lady. It's like she MIA, but I know the one in the orange, you know, there were, from what I was told, there was a lot of pictures that she took that after this happened, she removed the pictures. But now you're on there in good spirits, like nothing happened. You don't feel anything. If you had nothing, see, this is what bothers me. Even if it's your birthday, I don't care. Me personally, I would be broken. I want to be up here smiling, cracking jokes, you know, going out to the party, showing me drinking and stuff. Who does that? Somebody without a conscience.
It wasn't no friend. Ain't no true friend gonna be doing that.
And then my thing is also, this same lady here have kids of her own. So you take the mother away from this child while your kids still got their mother. And you think nothing or feel nothing about it. I have a problem with that. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Now, you look at this, we don't know what Tierra's plans was initially before she got invited. But she was invited out, intending to have a good time. Go out and was, you know, had to end up fighting inside of a club, then got outside and got attacked. But in the midst of all this, she's intoxicated, or either, like the young lady, her auntie said, that 6th Street bar, there's been a pattern of people having something dropped in their drink. Now, my thing is, I have one. That video is clear enough to see who was fighting, who was actually jumping. The other thing is the club and the what's been said. Why? I don't know if they're investigating these people, but if you got a clear picture of these girls that's on it, why at least not have them arrested for assault?
Right.
Why wasn't they arrested for assault? And then in Texas, this is what I don't understand as well. Dwight, you know, failure to render aid.
Yeah.
Austin, what are you doing?
Nobody trying to stop the fight. I mean, come on now.
You know, there's only one person that was down inside that reached in and pulled her out.
Mm-hmm.
But you were supposed to be the friend.
Mm-hmm.
Failed to render aid. Because see what these little simple-minded girls do not think of when they get into these fights, the outcome could be crucial because the head is serious. A blow to the head, a blow to the nose, to the neck, to the back.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of life-threatening things that can happen or permanent injuries can be applied. And this is what makes me angry when people are quick to just fight instead of walking away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remove a post. What is that going to do? I mean, we speak of Shanquetta. She thought that was her friend. She was planning on, she has a history of taking trips and having a good time. She had good things going for herself. Had her own businesses. Here we got another young lady. Speaking of getting ready to get her own apartment. Speaking to a recruiter about going to the service to serve her country in order to provide for her daughter and getting ready to graduate. But on side of that, her sister got to sit up here and try to pull herself together because her sister supposed to be in her wedding. They was preparing for a wedding that Tierra supposed to been in. Not to have your sister there. That's going to be hard.
Wow. Very hard.
I agree, Chad. I really do. He says that all of them need to be in jail for real.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
The police
Under
department should have looked at that video. Okay, this person here, this person there. We see them clear. Talking to people that was around.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see the video surveillance. I don't know what they're doing. I can't say. But why are they not in jail for at least assault?
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing to fight one-on-one, but a jumping is an assault.
Yes, it
but
is.
Even if you fight somebody and they defenseless, it's still an assault.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, Camille. No heart at all. No conscience whatsoever. But you go home to your children with a clear conscience. Smiling, laughing, and drinking. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
I personally, after hearing this and how this is being handled, they need to fire the whole police department. Let's start from there.
Right.
They're not doing anything. It doesn't take this long to watch a video of something and then look into the video, get a clear sighting of who did what, and then nobody gets picked up. Oh yeah, y'all got the wrong type of police down there. I'm scared of y'all police.
My thing is that I'm not understanding. This is why people, protect and serve. Y'all, yes, I agree. The whole police department need to be erased. Because y'all not standing behind that oath. People don't even feel safe. Shoot, people don't even fear the police department no more.
Nope.
They fighting them back. Because they have no respect for them. Because it's just like the lady in Fort Hood. Because I even heard Tierra mama said that we have to do ourselves. They're not doing enough. They're not doing nothing. Shaquilla case. They're not doing nothing. Why do the family have to be the investigator and to be the police? Why are they doing your job? Then they bring the information to you.
Why are we paying you?
Exactly.
Why you getting paid at all? That badge ain't nothing. You are nothing behind that badge. Because you're not serving the community like you're supposed to. You're supposed to be protecting them.
Exactly.
How are you protected by saying, okay, we're going to wait 24 hours? Like nothing could happen within 24 hours. That's a big window. That anything goes down.
Yes, it is.
But then what baffles me as well, Austin, Texas, what happened in Austin, Texas was one thing. It took 5 days to find this beautiful, lonely young lady
Mm-hmm.
from a passerby that seen her body lying in the ditch.
Wow.
But it was what? 70 miles from where she stayed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
70 miles away.
How'd she get there with no car?
She didn't walk that far.
Nah, somebody took it out there.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Now
Nobody
we don't know.
walking.
We don't know the cause of death or anything like that because the investigation.
Right.
But my thing is, she was 70 miles away from home.
No, Spicee.
But her car was in Austin.
But it's still too many people to see something down there. Somebody should have saw something. I mean, it's all those people downtown should have somebody saw whatever the case. Even the fake friends didn't say nothing. Somebody should have stood up and said, "Hey, I saw this, and that."
But how do you
Something
lose sight of your friend, quote unquote?
Exactly.
How did you lose
After
sight?
she's jumped.
Yeah.
After she's jumped.
Wow.
She walks up to you. Even if she walk away, I'm gonna follow behind you. No, come on, girl. Let's just go home.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Barbara Cook says it was thanks to Chad that she finally got on the Fox. What? And Miss Cook, how many days was that after it? That she had been missing, that it got onto the news? Because you're looking at 5 days, nobody knew where she was at.
Mm-hmm.
As a mother, that kills us not to know that my child is not safe, or is she safe or not. Knowing that her pattern, she would have never left her phone. We know this generation now, they can't live without that phone.
Right.
Her purse, her money, well, credit cards, and her vehicle. And nobody's going to rise suspicion. That should have risen the suspicion of the police department right there.
Exactly.
Knowing that nobody in this generation that young leaves their phone. They go crazy if they leave it. Turn around.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Cook says that she believed it was that Wednesday or Thursday. It shouldn't have took that long. That news should have been on that day when she was missing. You think, as the police department and the newspaper, you think a mother don't know when something ain't right about their child? We feel when something is not right, especially when somebody do something out of the norm, as in not have their phone, their keys, their vehicle, or their credit card.
Right.
That's not normal. So at what point do you think that 24-hour window do not matter? I feel like when this is done and said, that police department needs to be sued. Those girls need to go be locked up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why did it take the mother the next day to call her daughter's phone for y'all to tell her, oh, she's missing? But I have her van, I have her keys, I have her purse. You know, I got her phone because I answered it.
Wow.
And you think you should get off clean?
Not at all.
You gonna tell me that doesn't show signs that you know something or you had something of a hand in that?
You're an accomplice one way or another.
Right.
But you took, by them swiping her card, well, not swiping, excuse me, inserting the card from the ATM machine, withdrawing money that did not belong to them, that Tierra worked for, it's like they took from her child because she was working to take care of her child.
I wonder how much they took out.
Don't know.
Oh, they got them records. Believe that. They know how much was taken out.
I'd like to know how much was taken out. You know?
Oh yeah,
I would
know
love
what? Because
to know that.
you can also can check a balance.
Mm-hmm. Right.
before even taking the money out. So they knew what she had in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm telling you, Spicee, they took out quite a bit. You might well just go ahead and just bury that right then and there. I wonder how much they took out.
Those girls need to be attacked. But then my thing is, on top of failure to render aid, assault, there's theft.
Yeah.
They stole that girl's money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe she told them to take it out. I don't even get my PIN number out.
Right. Right.
I don't believe that story.
I don't either.
Because why, when you know this girl not in right frame of mind, why? That's just like me being on medication and I'm zoned out. Why would you ask me any questions? I'm not going to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the will, what does it say? In sound mind. She was not in sound mind.
Not if she was under the influence.
Right.
Exactly. Heavily. And who's to say that someone slipping her drink?
Yeah, they do that a lot down there. Oh, they do that a lot.
So it's something to think about.
Yeah.
But we're going to take this last break and we're going to come back and tie up this here. So, I mean, if y'all want to, hearts go out to this family. They do have a GoFundMe posted up. It's under cover cost of expenses to give justice for Tierra. They are trying to hire a private investigator, which at this point, as you see through listening to everything, they need it. Because the police department ain't going to do nothing.
No.
They're going to wait for somebody else to do their job.
Exactly.
So, I mean, anything is not too small to make a difference when it comes down to helping out.
Absolutely.
She has a daughter that needs answers for her mother. So we'll be back right after this.
And these hoes gon' be home. These bitches change your phone.
Now, before we head out, this has been, I mean, to me, it's been an emotional roller coaster. You know, the whole 2 weeks and reading behind Tierra, talking to other people, and it's very heartbreaking. And I know I pray, I know we all praying that this family get justice because I know they won't be able to rest until all comes to a head. But there's so much, as we said, that needs to be done, that should be done when it comes down to the situation at hand. You know, it's not just with the women that was fighting or the person that left Tierra lying the way they did, but these people that invited her out. There needs to be justice because this here, we got to be careful. We got to be careful. Talk to y'all children. And I'm going to leave this here for Mr. Jones. If you will give everyone the nutrition for today based off of this here.
It's so much I want to say because this is a lopsided operation, and you could look at it and tell. I however, would like to piggyback off of what Spicee say. These are the days and the times where you try to keep track of your children as much as possible. And always remember, as I told you, parenting don't stop at 18 and 21. That's when the roller coaster is started. Because, today, in the day and times that we're in, the kids that turn 18 and 21 and think they're grown are not even young adults yet. They still have a lot more guidance that's needed. They still have a lot more issues that's to come. And if you've been 18 and 21 before and have made it to a nice age, at these days, you should understand exactly what I'm saying when I say that. There's going to be so much more ahead of your child that if you put down your parenting at that age, then you're basically leaving your child out there alone to suffer the experience of the world. And this world can be cold and cruel at times. There's no nice way to look at this. There was no easy way to look at this. However, I hope this is a lesson to somebody out there. Please pay more attention to your children. Please don't be a mother or a father that is regretful for not paying attention because they lost their child at a young age. Because this is a very sad situation. Very, very sad. I'm not saying that this young lady parents didn't. I'm saying let this be a lesson. Because I'm pretty sure if she was the nice and kind young lady that everybody speaks of her as, she had a great relationship with her parents. However, it only takes a moment. It only takes a fraction of a second to lose. And with that said, I hope you guys have a nice Mother's Day Eve going into Mother's Day. We love you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I felt every word he said, and I stand by it because as, parents, we do have to protect our children till our last breath. Because even in these days of times, as I explained to some people, the devil is trying to collect as many souls as he can.
Yes, he is.
And the way things are going now, it's sad. It hurts. And so my thing is that, we got to be careful. And young ones out there, please don't ever think that, because I know I hear them say a lot, I'm grown. Don't never think that you're too grown to let your parents know what you got on, where you going, who you going to be with, no matter what. And if you are in the Austin, Texas area and you was there that night or you seen anything You can be anonymous. Please contact the Austin Police Department or contact the family. The number is scrolling by right now. Justice needs to be served. And I'm not just talking about the ones that caused her death, but the ones that also attacked her, the ones that stole her money. I want to say I truly thank the aunt of Tierra for calling in and telling her side and letting us feel who Tierra was. This is the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour, and we'll see you next Saturday.